Yo, this is your boy Oda coming to you with part 36 of the crochet basics, and today we're going to learn a fun stitch today. So today we're going to be learning the feather stitch. The feather stitch is very light. It's good for washcloths. It's good for crochet tops as well as some shorts as well. It's very light and breathable. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Cool. What we're going to do is we're going to do a foundation chain of 24. You can do a foundation chain of any even number depending on what your project is. So as long as you have an even number, you're good to go. So I'm going to actually do a chain of 24, and I'm going to actually probably meet you at the end because I don't want to bore you with me doing all these chains. But you know what? We're just going to keep chaining on to 24, and then we're going to jump over. So yeah, I'll see you at the end. Okay, great. So now that we have our chain of 24, what we're going to do is from the second chain from the hook, we're going to do a half double crochet into the second chain from the hook. Okay, great. Half double crochet. And then I'm going to have you stop for a second because we have to do a chain of 1. Chain 1, so half double crochet, chain of 1. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to skip a stitch, and we're going to do that same exact thing. A half double crochet and a chain 1. So skip a stitch, do a half double crochet and a chain 1. Okay, so we're going to keep on working. There you go. A half double crochet and a chain 1. And we're going to keep doing this along the entire foundation row. So I'm going to do it one more time. So skip a stitch, half double crochet and a chain 1. Great, and chain 1, and we're good. So I will see you at the end and we'll finish up. So you should have 2 left on your chain, so we're going to skip 1 and then do 1 half double crochet into the last chain. Okay, after that we finished our foundation and we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Okay, great. Okay, in the first chain 1 from the hook, that first chain, we're going to be working a half double crochet and a chain 1 into that space. Okay, right there. 1 half double crochet and 1 chain 1. Half double crochet into that space. And then we're going to do a single chain 1 after. Okay, great. Now I'm going to need you to chill for a second. Just chill. Now I have to show you exactly where we're going to be working. We're going to be working into that skip chain on the bottom, the chain 1 space on the top, and the next chain 1 space to the next stitch. So it's as follows. So we're going to yarn over, go into that top chain 1 space, pull up a loop, make sure you keep it loose, okay? You have 3 on your hook. Then we're going to yarn over again and then go into that skip stitch on the foundation chain that we skipped. And then pull up a loop. Okay, great. Now, in the next chain 1 space, right there, we're going to be working another yarn over and pulling up another loop. So yarn over, pull up a loop. Okay, great. You should have 7 on your hook. Great. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 of those loops and chain 1 to lock it in place. Great. So we got our first feather done. Very first feather. Great. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue on. We're going to be working into that same space as before, the same space. We're going to be doing our yarn over, working into that chain 1 space. Then we're going to yarn over. Right? We're going to yarn over again, and we're going to work into the skip stitch from the foundation row, which is on the very bottom. Pull up a loop. Okay. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your hook. Now we're going to be going into the next chain 1 space, pulling up a loop, and we have 7 on our hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over, pull through all 7 of those loops, chain 1 to lock it in place. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Okay. This is what we're going to be doing. So yarn over, go into that same stitch. You have 3 on your hook. Yarn over, go into the skip stitch on the bottom of the foundation row. Okay, take your time with this, take your time. Okay, you have 5 on your hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're pulling up those loops now. Then we're gonna yarn over and go into the next chain 1 space. And then you should have 7 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 7 of those loops on your hook, and then chain 1 to lock it in place. Okay, we're going to continue this and I'll see you at the end. Okay, great. So now that we're at the end, we have 2 more chain spaces left. So we're going to go into the chain space that we're in now, pull up a loop, then go into the skip stitch on the very bottom of the foundation row, pull up a loop. Okay, and then that last chain 1 space we made from the previous row, we're going to be doing a pull up a loop there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pull through all 7 on a loop and lock it in place with a chain 1. Okay, so at the end of each row, remember this, we're going to be doing a half double crochet into the end of each row. So half double crochet into that last chain. Okay, and then chain 1 and turn your work. And you have this starter. That's the start of the feather stitch. But we're going to continue, so follow along. So to continue, we're going to be doing a half double crochet and a chain 1 into that first stitch. That very first stitch. Okay? So yarn over, insert your hook, pull through all 3, and then do a chain 1. So let's go over our chain 1 spaces. We have our top chain 1 space right there. We have our bottom chain 1 space that we made, and then we have the chain 1 space that's next to the feather, but you have to spread that apart in order to see the last chain 1 space. So that's what we're going to be working in. It's right in those spaces. Those are your chain 1 spaces on the bottom, but I'll show you how to work them. Okay, lost my chain 1 here, I'm sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to yarn over, go into the top chain 1 space, pull up a loop. Then you're going to yarn over, go into the bottom chain 1 space and pull up a loop. And then you're going to yarn over, find the chain 1 space in between the feathers right there. And you're going to yarn over, pull up a chain. Then you're going to pull through all 7 loops on your hook. Okay? It's the same as before. So I'm going to go ahead and show you again. Okay, so we're working in the same space. Yarn over, pulling up a loop. Then we're going to look for the chain 1 space on the bottom. It looks like a little eye now. It looks like a little eye. We're going to be working into that space. So yarn over, go into that eye looking space. You'll have 5 on your hook. And then yarn over, go in between the feathers. You'll see the chain 1 space, work in there, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 7 on your hook and chain 1. So let me show you a mistake that people make with this stitch. Usually they start from the bottom. No, it's not starting from the bottom, now you're here. No, we're not doing that. So we're going to be working in the same stitch, not the bottom stitch first, the same stitch. Now, what we're going to do is yarn over, go into that top stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the bottom, pull up a loop, and then in that next feather chain 1 space, we're going to pull up a loop again, and then pull all 7, chain 1. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna do it one more time. So we're gonna yarn over, go into that previous stitch that we were working in before. Okay, yarn over, go into the bottom eye, chain 1 space. Great. Then yarn over and go into the next feather space, chain 1 space. And you'll have 7 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 7 on your hook and chain 1 to lock it into place. And you're going to continue that all the way to the end. If you did it correctly, you should have 3 chain 1 spaces at the end. So we're going to work in the top, bottom, top. Yarn over, pull up a loop, top, yarn over, pull up a loop, bottom, yarn over, pull up a loop in the very last top chain space. Yarn over, pull through all 7 on your hook, then chain 1 to lock it in place, and as in good fashion, we're going to do 1 half double crochet to end the row. And then you're going to be finished. Great. And that's how you do the feather stitch. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and you know what? As usual, follow for more.